everyone, it's me, Miss Nicole, or Nicole, whichever you prefer to call me. And today we are going to be making something out of this book, which is called I Want to Make Gifts by Clea Hartman. So what I like about this one is that there are some gifts that are really simple to make, some are a little bit more complex, and there's a range of things that you can make with different materials that you can find around your house or purchase. So I, of course, like to do the simplest thing that I can find. So I am going to, I already picked out my craft, and of course I didn't save the page. So I'm just going to go through, and as I do this, you can see different things. Sorry, I'm going to try to actually zoom out a little. So, I don't think I did that. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I want to do this puzzle. And this is from section called Cool Cards. So this one is Puzzle Project 3, Puzzling Card. This is a card that also makes a great gift and challenge. Essentially, you're going to make a card, then cut it up into lots of pieces that gives... the givee has to put together and decipher the message. So we'll need a piece of cardstock, which I don't have. I only have a piece of construction paper. I do have a glue stick and an image from a magazine, a newspaper, or photocopied photo. So I have this one. I am planning a trip to Niagara Falls, and there are some of these pages that I know I'm not going to use because when I go on vacations, I don't necessarily like to go shopping. So I'll probably just use the image from one of those pages. So before we begin, let's read over the instructions. How to either blow up a photo on a copy machine or make a collage of pictures that covers one whole side of the cardstock. Glue it down to the cardstock. On the flip side, write out your message. Feel free to add doodles or write your note in a concentric circles or something, some other graphic pattern. Now take your scissors and either cut up the sheet into classic puzzle shapes or simple, evenly spaced squares. Take all of the pieces and toss them into an envelope. Don't provide any instructions and let the givee figure it out on their own. That's half the fun. All right. So first, let's find a picture. So they do say you can make a collage, but I don't think I'm going to go through all of that. So I'm going to try to find a picture that I think will be really cool. Let's see what's on this one. I think this would be a good picture. I like actually I like this one kind of better. So I'm going to check to see if it's on the back or anything. Yeah, so I know that well, I like this picture. I know I'm not going to be doing any fishing when I go on my trip, so I'm going to use this page. All right. I am going to trim up the side just so we can get it even using my scissors. And I think it'll make a good puzzle because there's like this big block of kind of bluish that looks the same. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it. So using my glue stick. I feel like everyone has their different way of putting glue on. Okay. I'm trimming this up because since I have to write a message on the other side and then cut it up, I don't want to write a message on a part that I will end up cutting out anyway. So I'm going to trim off the excess because my picture was smaller than the piece of construction paper that I used. Okay, now we're going to take it and go to the back. And they said, so concentric circles, they talk about that as it's like, so it's circle upon circle. So I think I might try that. So here's my message to my friend on the one side, and here is the picture on the other side. So the next instructions, they said we can cut it into like the shapes of traditional shapes, or we can just try to be very simple. So I'm going to cut it down half, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go corner to corner. That's corner. All right, so I have all my pieces, and then I could send this in an envelope to my friend, and then she would just have to put it back together. So let's see how it is to put it back, to see if I made it too difficult. It's me, Nicole, or Miss Nicole, whichever you've heard call me, and welcome back to another Crafternoon. This one we're going to be exploring Ranger Rick's wildlife around us, reptiles, amphibians, insects, and field guide and drawing book. So this one's a little different because it's going to teach you how to identify different. So there we go. This is it. If she put tape on it, then she'll be able to flip it over and read my message. That was like, we knew how this was supposed to look, and this was actually still kind of difficult. So hopefully it'll be okay. I would suggest writing out what you want to write on the message if you do want to do the concentric things. I'm not a great speller, even though I read a lot. So I probably had a couple words in there misspelled, but that's okay. I would probably go over this in some nice ink so it won't rub off in the envelope. But that is it. Again, that was one of the many things that you can make from I Want to Make Gifts by Clea Hartman, and I will put a link in the description for this book, so then you can check it out.